people today. They could spend half their lives over 50. That's a lot of living. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender in your corner. A friend like AARP. So your health lives longer.
This is just slow-mo karate?
Just slow-mo karate.
Your money lives longer.
Hey, I just bought that.
I just sold that.
And your happiness lives longer. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Hello, my name is Teresa Collins, and I am an Executive Council member for AARP Illinois. AARP, a nonprofit, nonpartisan member organization, has been working to promote the health and well-being of older Americans for more than 60 years. AARP Illinois is proud to represent all those who are 50 plus in Illinois and our 1.7 million members. And we thank you for the opportunity to be your wise friend and fierce defender. Our mission is to enhance the quality of life for all as we age, leading positive social change and delivering value to members through advocacy, service, and information. At AARP, we know that staying fit is one of the pillars of healthy living, and we want to help you on your fitness journey. Physical activity can boost memory, improve thinking, and even lower dementia risk. It's not too late to start. AARP is proud to offer today's virtual event to start or continue you on your fitness journey. Have a wonderful class and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Beginners Yoga. I'm Andrea with the SSP, and these classes are brought to you on behalf of AARP. Thanks for joining us. We're just going to start today seated. Finding that long spine. What we want to make sure of is that our hips are on the floor as much as possible. Those sits bones are down. We're going to stack those shoulders so we're opening up the chest. We're just going to sit here feeling how lengthened the spine is. Maybe close your eyes and focus on your breath. We want to inhale and exhale through the nose. We want to think about starting from the lower belly and bringing that breath up. Tuning ourselves in. Feeling ourselves slowing down, preparing ourselves for yoga. On your next exhale, we're going to drop your chin to your chest. We're not going to go very far here. We're just going to roll that chin from side to side. One ear comes over, a shoulder maybe. Keep it gentle. Keep breathing. And when it feels right, we're going to make full circles. So letting that chin come all the way up and then around. Again, taking your time here, not forcing anything. We're warming up. You may hear a little snap, crackle, pop. Just know, as long as there's no pain, you're doing just fine. We're working out all those kinks. The next time that you find that your chin is at your chest, we're going to reverse the direction. Again, making full rotations with your neck. And then we're going to bring that chin back up the next time it's at your chest. We're just going to bring it to level. And we're going to start to roll those shoulders. Again, whatever this means for you, know your edge, know your body. So as we roll the shoulders, you might feel those shoulder blades coming back. You might open up the chest. But again, this is your class. Know your body, know your edge. We don't want to push it past our edge. We're going to reverse the direction of those shoulders. Then we're going to come back to the center. I'm just going to rest my hands on my legs here, and I'm just going to kind of hinge from side to side. So we're not coming very far. So I'm just stretching from side to side. So what we're doing here is we're focusing on the obliques on one side and the obliques on the other side. So we get a small crunch on one side and a small stretch on the other. You might even feel it in your hips. We're going to take the arms now. We're just going to interlace them or hold on to them, and we're going to make this just slightly bigger. We're still keeping those sits bones down. Those hips don't come off the floor. So again, you might feel it in that hip and the oblique. Breathe here, working out the sides. Back and forth. We're going to let the hands go. We're going to use them to kind of help push us from side to side. And again, you might feel that little bit of a stretch on one side as you come in. You might feel that crunch on the other. So we're working these obliques, and the obliques help keep our tummy in, so they're our friends. We're going to bring this up to another level by bringing the arm over. Again, know your edge. Keep breathing. We're in no rush here. We're just leaning. We're getting that little bit extra stretch. So the next time I fall over, I'm just going to plant my hand and then bring the other one over. So what I want to make sure of is that my sits bones are down. I'm rolling that shoulder open. Now you can look straight ahead or up at the ceiling as we breathe here. Maybe you feel that stretch from your hip to your fingertips. And then let's use that core and bring both arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge forward. We want to keep the back flat. So bring the hands down as the back starts to round. Breathe here. So you can see I don't come very far. My back is flat. My hands are down. I'm going to engage the core again by bringing those palms together. Engage that core. Lift the arms up. We're going to go to the opposite side. So dropping one hand, bringing the opposite one over. Again, checking in on that alignment. My sits bones are down. Rolling my shoulder open. Looking maybe up at the ceiling or straight ahead. Up to you. Breathe here. We're opening up this side. We're giving that other side just a little crunch. We're breathing. And let's use that core and bring it back up one more time. We're going to hinge forward. Act as if someone's pulling your hands forward. And then bring those hands down. Breathe here. Continuing with this kind of loosening up, we're going to walk the hands over to the left, whatever that means for you. Keeping this right sits bone down. Maybe you feel a little stretch in that hip. Again, don't go past your edge. We're going to walk through center and bring it over to the right. Keeping this left sits bone down. Breathing here. Let's walk those hands back to the center. And again, palms together. Engage that core. Roll up, start at the tailbone. Let's bring those hands down and just roll those shoulders. Big circles. Working out any tension. We're going to settle those shoulders into our pockets. And now we're going to keep this chin level as we look from side to side. So again, we're in no rush. Maybe you look over your shoulder. Maybe you don't quite get there. That's okay. Just keep breathing. Every body is different. Now as we bring it back, keeping the spine in line, we're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. So it's not going to connect. I'm going to feel a bit of a stretch here on the left. So breathing here. Letting gravity just kind of help, but don't go past your edge. We're just getting this a little bit of a stretch. We're going to come through center and to the opposite side. We're going to keep this right shoulder relaxed. Again, getting a little bit of a stretch in that right side. But these do not connect. Let's bring it back up. We're going to drop the chin to the chest. My arms are going to come alongside of me. And as I inhale, I'm going to bring those arms up, chin up. And as I exhale, arms down, chin down. I'm going to keep going here. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. We're working through each vertebrae. We're keeping our shoulders down when we get up so they're not in our ears. And we make sure that that spine gets in line. The next time that you're up, we're just going to stay up. We're going to check in on that alignment. So again, my sits bones are driving down. My shoulders aren't in my ears, but they're rolled back. My fingers are slightly wide, palms are facing, chest is open, and you can be looking up or straight ahead. As we inhale, we're going to lengthen just a little bit more. As we exhale, we stay lengthened. Let's bring that chin to neutral. If it's looking up, let's bring it back to level. We're going to inhale again. And as we exhale, we're going to twist. I'm going to start at my tailbone. I'm going to twist to the left, taking my right hand to my left knee and my left hand behind me. As I inhale, I lengthen. As I exhale, I find a little twist. And this is just micro adjustments. Maybe you're even just looking behind, over your shoulder. Maybe your eyes are closed. Whatever you're doing, you're breathing. All right, we're going to bring it back around. So we're going to start at the tailbone, lengthening through the spine, lift the arms. We unwind from the tailbone, bring it through center. Our next exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand behind me. Inhale, I lengthen. Exhale, maybe I find a little twist. Breathing here. Again, lengthening through the spine with the inhale. Bring the arms up. We're going to hinge forward again as if someone's pulling those hands. And as we exhale, bring those hands down. When that back starts to round, breathe here. We're going to gently roll it up. So starting at my tailbone, I'm just going to roll it all the way up. And then when I get there, I'm going to roll my shoulders. We're going to work on the arms just a little bit more here. So settling those shoulders back into our pockets, we're going to open up those arms wide, bringing those shoulder blades back together. Let's think about those palms really reaching through the fingers, opening up the palms here, opening up the chest. We're going to bend the arms. We're going to call them cactus arms. Loosen through the fingers. Breathe. Let's bring the hands to the shoulders, where we'll make circles with the elbows. And we're going to reverse the direction. And then back to the center, shoulder blades together, open up the arms, reach, reach, reach. All right, we're going to start pulsing forward. Keep breathing. Then we're going to turn the palms back and keep pulsing. Bring the palms up, pulse. And point the palms down. Stop the motion, roll the shoulders, shake out any of that tension. Keep breathing. Stopping the motion, let's work on the wrists. We're going to roll the wrists. Reverse the direction. Stop the motion. Interlace the fingers. Push those palms away. If it works for you, roll the shoulders. Maybe the chin comes closer to the chest. Breathe here. Slide those shoulders back in line. Bring the arms alongside of the ears, but we don't bring them up to the ears. And again, we're going to drop the hands. My right hand's coming down, going back into that lean. Hopefully we found a little space. Breathing here. Pushing up and also using the core. Other side. Keep breathing. And then bring it back. Both arms hinge forward with your exhale. Maybe noticing every time we come back to a pose if you've got just a little more space. If not, that's okay. We just notice. Let's roll it up from the tailbone. Let's keep those arms down. Now let's roll those shoulders. Settle those shoulders into your pockets. A little more wrist work. We're going to take the right hand out. We're going to bring the left hand for a little bit of pressure. We're not trying to break anything. We're just opening up the bottom of the wrist. Point the fingers down. Light pressure on the top of the hand here. Now the palm comes up, and again, we bring those fingers down, opening up the wrist, stretching those fingers, stretching the wrist, and then we'll shake it out. We're going to go to the opposite hand. A little bit of pressure. Point them down. Palm up. Shake it out. We're going to extend our legs out. Roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Reverse the direction. Stopping the motion, let's shake it out. I'm going to bring my arms up, inhale. Now my goal here is not to reach my toes, so as I exhale, I hinge from the hips, not the waist. I bring those hands down as my back starts to round. I'm right here. This is where I'm at. So just breathing here. We're going to move a little dynamically here. So as I inhale, I slide my hands up. So maybe I come to my knees. As I exhale, shifting forward, maybe back to where I started. So you could find your breath pattern here. Maybe it's slow. Maybe it's fast. Noticing if you get a little bit of space. That's why we move dynamically. So when we hold it static, maybe we get a little more space. Coming back to the center. My next inhale, I bring the arms up. As I exhale, again, hinging forward. Don't lock the knees out. Bring it back down. Breathe here. And we'll slowly roll it up. So before we come into our table, if hands and knees doesn't work for you, I just want to show you an alternative for cat-cow, because that's where we're headed. So seated cat-cow, I'm just going to turn this way so you can see me. You just stay seated, and we go inhale and exhale. So we're moving from the tailbone back and forth here. This is a perfect way to do cat-cow, but we're going to move into our table. So I'm going to stop this motion. However, if this does not work for you, continue to do seated cat-cow. Otherwise, we're going to come into our table. All that wrist work for something. So planting my hands under my shoulders, so my wrists and shoulders are aligned. My knees and hips are aligned. My tops of my feet are flat on the floor and relaxed. I'm going to move to that same motion, starting at the tailbone. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, chest up, chin up. Exhale, round the tailbone. Last thing is chin to chest. Keep going at your pace. Inhale and exhale. So what we're doing here is we're loosening the back up. We're working that spine. So I want to add just a little bit more components, and this can go for either one, if you're seated or on hands and knees. We're going to add that navel in. So as we think about that, we're going to curve into our cat and bring that navel towards the spine, pushing all the air out. As you inhale into your cow, your belly drops, navel comes closer to the floor, chin and chest come up. As we exhale again, pushing all that air out, and then letting that air flow in on our inhale. So just thinking about that. Practice makes progress, so we don't have to be good at it. We're just thinking about this. Sending our intention to that navel. We're going to do 3 more here and then push back into our child's pose, which is a resting pose. When you get there, we push back towards the heels. So those knees can be wide, or together, we can bring the chest to the floor or maybe the forearms. We want to get some relief to the wrists. So you can massage them or roll them, or we can stack our hands for our forehead. Breathe here. If your breath has become jagged, we want to make sure we come back to that nice flowing breath. We're going to bring it up, back to table. We're going to go into a little bit of a bird dog. Now, if you're seated, we're just going to lift your arms straight up as you come into your cat-cow. So continue to move into your cat-cow. From table, we're going to extend that left leg out. We're going to keep it on the floor, shooting through that heel. Then we're going to lift that leg. For a balance here, we're going to add the opposite arm. Breathing here. Bring it down. Push back into your child's pose. Pushing back towards the heels. Relief to the wrists. Bring it back up. We're going to go to the other side. So extending my right foot out, I'm going to keep those toes on the floor mat. Pushing through that heel, stretching that leg, and then lifting. And then the opposite arm. Finding a focal point. Breathing. If you're shaking, you're building muscle. Bring it down, push it back. Breathe. We're going to find our way to standing. I'm going to come through table. I'm going to tuck my toes, and I'm going to push it up into a downward dog. So tucking my toes, lifting my hips. I can pedal my feet here, making sure that my palms are set, pressing into them. Breathe. Now we look up, walk up, step up, hop up, or bring those hands back as we find our way to standing. We made it. So let's just take a moment. Let's roll those shoulders, set them back in our pockets. Let's look at our feet. Our feet are planted. They're hip width apart. We're going to think about those inner thighs as we engage them. So pressing into the arch of your foot. Your entire foot is pressing into the floor as we try to engage these inner thighs together. We want that pelvic bowl to be balanced. Arms come alongside of us. Breathing here. Mountain pose. This is a very grounding pose. So anytime you're feeling a little chaos, this is an excellent pose to come to. Breathe here. We're going to bring those arms up, loosen through the legs, bring it up. Inhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Exhale, I'm going to keep my knees slightly bent. I'm just going to hang here. Let my arms be a little bit of weights to open up my back. Let's come up to that half back with our inhale. We're going to exhale, loosen through the knees. Let's push it all the way up. Inhale. We're going to bring those hands to heart center. With our exhale, press into the palms, breathe. Press into the feet, become sturdy. Drop the hands, inhale up. Exhale, hinge forward. Keeping my knees bent slightly. Now I'm going to come to a half back where I bring my hands to my shins or my thighs. My back becomes flat. The crown of my head's in one direction, my tailbone's in the other. And of course I'm breathing. Just no pressure on the knees. Loosen through the knees. Let's push it all the way up. Inhale. Hands through heart center. With our exhale, bring it up again. Inhale. Hinge forward with your exhale. Coming back up to that half back. Exhale, loosen through the knees. Let's just hold it here. So we're going to try to straighten the legs, but let's not think about shoving those knees backwards. We're going to think about lifting the tailbone towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Bend the knees slightly, push it all the way up. Upward salute. Hands to heart center. Breathe here. Drop the hands, let's roll the shoulders. Settling those shoulders back into your pockets. We're going to come into a balanced pose. So I'm thinking about tree. Thinking about a tree, we want to make sure as a tree, our roots go down. So I'm going to start on my right foot. So thinking about planting that right foot. We also know how nutrients come up. So I'm not sinking into this leg. I'm really engaging this leg. My opposite one, now you can be wherever you want. I'm going to be at a kickstand. So I'm just going to have my foot down and maybe my heel towards my ankle. But again, there's just no pressure on the knee. You can, by all means, bring up as far as you want. Find that balance. Engage that core, your trunk. Bring your branches up. Roll those shoulders back. Chin is level. Find a focal point. Or if you've got this, close your eyes. Breathe. Slowly bring the hands to heart center. And let's just come out of that. Let's just shake it out. Maybe just do a little marches here. And then we're going to plant the opposite foot, bringing again wherever you're at, not sinking into this hip, really engaging it. Engage your trunk. Branches up. Find that focal point. Shoulders out of ears. You're breathing. Hands down to heart center. We'll drop them, and then again, just shake it out a bit. And plant the feet, arms up, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, hinge from the hips. Bring it up to that half back. Hands to your shins or your thighs, no pressure on the knees. Back is flat, crown of the head in one direction, tailbone in the other. Breathe. Push it up, inhale. Hands through heart center with your exhale. We'll just drop them alongside. And we're gonna go back to that oblique stretch. So where we're just hinging from side to side. Getting a little bit of a stretch here. Breathing. Let's come back to the center. I'm going to take my right foot, and those toes are going to come towards the short edge of the mat. And then my back foot is at a 90 degrees, and my hips are open towards the long edge of the mat. And we're just going to bend and extend into this knee. So be gentle. Again, you know your body. Now we're not going to let this knee go over the toes. So as we settle in, we let the arms float up. We look over that front hand, breathing here. Warrior two. Our fingers aren't reaching, they're loose. Let's check that back hand. Is it down here? Is it up here? Is it level? Bring it back around. We're going to drop this back hand as we straighten that front leg and bring that front arm up. Reverse warrior. Sinking back in. Drop the hands. Bring this foot back to front as we switch feet. Left foot now towards the right, or the short edge, hips towards the long edge, back foot at a 90 degree. Let's go ahead and sink. We're just gonna bend and extend before we sink completely into it, but we'll keep those arms up just to give them a little bit extra. And then sink right in, checking that back hand is lifted. Breathing, you know your body, you know your edge. Let's turn those palms up. And then down. Drop the back hand, straighten the front leg, lift that front arm, reverse warrior. One more time, sink back in. We're going to drop the hands, we're going to step this back foot forward. We're just going to shake it out a bit. I'm going to bring it up, inhale up. And as I exhale, I'm going to hinge forward. Coming up to that half back again. Exhale. I'm going to step back into my downward dog. Again, we're coming back down to the mat. So if this doesn't work for you, find your way back down to the mat. I'm going to pedal my feet here, check into my palms. Thumbs are more like J's than L's. And then I'm just going to lower. And I'm going to shift into my child's pose. Let's bring it back up. We're just going to find our way to our backs for just a couple of breaths, just a few moments. We're going to come into what's called Shavasana. So we're letting our body rest. So try to stretch out all over the mat. Feet come out to the edges, lower back connects. Shoulder blades are tucked underneath you. You find that flat spot on the back of your head. Come back to your breath if it's jagged. Relax through your entire body. Focus on your breath. every exhale, maybe you sink into the mat just a little bit more. Let's wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. I'm going to walk my feet up, maybe even bring my knees into my chest. Fall to one side and sleeping child. And then gently using that top hand to help push me up back into my easy seat. Connecting those sits bones, stacking those shoulders, my chin is level. Notice how easy it is to breathe. Notice how your body feels. I'm going to bring my arms up overhead with an inhale. On my exhale, I bring my hands down to heart center. The inner light within me honors and recognizes the inner light within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us in this class, Beginner's Yoga, on behalf of the